सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेवदेव। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हरिओम 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 एवरीवन। Today I would like to sing one bhajan of our Pujya Gurudev. Beautiful bhajan. I don't know how far I can sing, but the bhajan is beautiful. Ananda Paramananda Satchidananda Chinmayananda Ananda Jnanadata Kripa Sindho Deenavatsala He Prabho Jnanadata Kripa Sindho Deenavatsala He Prabho सत्य धर्म शांति प्रेम को मंत्र हमको बताइए। आनंद परमानंद सच्चिदानंद चिन्मयानंद ज्ञान अमृत का हमें पान करना दीजिए। शरण आए हुए हमको आप रक्षा कीजिए। विश्वरूपी विश्व प्रेमी विश्वजित विश्वेश्वरा कोटि नमन है आपको। हरिओम 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 हरिओम। Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Network problem. Sorry. Chinmaya Gunamandira Ananda Paramananda Satchidananda Chinmayananda. Sri Sadguru. Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitardhaya Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, he is explaining main three Vivekas. Swamiji, one is Jiva Viveka. What is an individual? That is called Jiva Viveka. Second one is called Jagat Vichara. What is this universe? Every day we are experiencing. Na? He has to answer what is this? Jagat Viveka. And final one is Ishwar Viveka. In our classes, we have completed Jiva Viveka. And next we started this Jagat Vichara, or thinking about universe. Bhagavan, he promised, this universe is nothing but a combination of 24 elements. And he enumerated all the 24. 5 great elements, 5 pranas, 5 sense organs of action, 5 sense organs of knowledge, and then mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Mind, intellect, and memory, ego. Then he brought one concept called Maya. Because somebody may think, world is also real, Bhagavan is also real, I am also real. 3 entities are there. Because some philosophies, they accept world is real. But Vedanta, it's world is not real. World is a projection on reality. So he brought the concept of Maya. If we ask, sir, what do you mean by Maya? Maya Trigunatmika, he said. Sattva, Raja, Tamo, Gunatmika, Maya. Straight answer. Wherever you see Sattva Guna or Rajo Guna or Tamo Guna, they are nothing but reflections of Maya only. Then the next question is, where these Sattva, Raja and Tamo Guna, they hang? Where they will work? Then he said, they will hang over on 5 great elements. These 5 are space, air, fire, water, and earth. From that supreme truth, space came. From space, air. From air, fire. From fire, waters. From waters, earth. Okay. And these 5 elements, they will have these 3 gunas, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna. But when they straightly originated from the truth, they are in their own form. They are called Tanmatras. Tanmatra means pure air, pure fire, pure water. Tanmatra means that and that alone. Tanmatras. And from the sattvic aspect of these tanmatras, from the 5 elements, 5 sense organs of knowledge have come out. We have seen from one element, one organ came. from space, ear, from fire, eyes, nose, touch, tongue, everything. And in our previous class, that was very, very important class. What we call our internal equipment, that is called our antahkarana. These senses are bahikkarana, external equipment. This external equipment will be led by the internal equipment, that is called antahkarana. This antahkarana is combination of 4 aspects. They are mind, manaha, intellect, buddhi, chitta, memory, ahankara, ego. These are the 4 our internal equipments we all have commonly. Then you may ask, Swamiji, what do you mean by mind, Swamiji? Then the answer Bhagavan gave, Sankalpa Vikalpatmaka Manaha. In our thought structure, where is the oscillation, where the emotions play a role, that area is called mind. Nischayatmika Buddhihi, where we are firm, where we are logical, where we are reasonable, that area is called Buddhi. And the memory, where we kept all our previous experiences, that area is called Chitta or memory. Our memory is nothing but our personality, memory. And the final one is Ahankara, ego. Ego is not pride. Ahankara means the thought of I. In our whole transaction, other than I or without I, we cannot do any transaction. I am speaking. I am seeing. I am good. I am tall. With all our personality, we have to keep this I thought. Then only complete personality will reflect. Whether it is a bad personality or good personality. But the common thought is I. That I is called Ahankara. This is all from the sattvic aspect of 5 elements. Because these Antakarana is nothing but knowledge only. You cannot keep table inside. You can keep the knowledge of table inside. You cannot keep Rama Rao inside. You can keep the knowledge of Rama Rao inside. We cannot keep Rasagulla inside. We can keep the knowledge of Rasagulla inside. So whatever there in our Antakarana, this is all nothing but knowledge only. That's why we can say this Antakarana is a sattvic aspect of the 5 elements. And our job is we have to polish it. If we don't polish, then it will spoil our personality. In Bhagavad Gita, somewhere Bhagavan says, if we don't treat your Antakarana properly, forget about spirituality and God and everything. You cannot get worldly happiness also. The same mind continuously will trouble you if you don't treat properly. Forget about spirituality, he says Bhagavan. You cannot enjoy even the worldly happiness if your inner equipment is not right, is not channelized. You are a failure candidate then. You cannot get success even in the world also. So we have to take care of our internal equipment. What is my mind? What I am doing? What is my intellect? What I am doing? What is my knowledge? In one Upanishad, Bhagavan, he says, every jiva, he passes from one yoni to another yoni. This transmigration depends on the knowledge what we keep in our subtle body. Knowledge means not physics and chemistry, not this knowledge. Knowledge of our purity, our subtlety, that jnana karma only, these 2 only will replace us, where this jiva can enjoy the world. So this is called chitta. and the other one is called I. You know, the best formula to treat the I is always keep I as humble. Vinaya matra purvaka ahankara shobhate, they say. Before any transaction, we should keep humility, humbleness. Then our transaction will be nice. So the best method to keep I properly is this humility. Vinayam, they say. In Gurudev 108 mantra, one mantra is there, Om Vinaya Shilaya Namaha. His Sheelam, his character itself, Vinayam. Always humble, always human. Otherwise, we don't know how. Mahatmas, they can become great because of these values, not because of Brahma Jnana. Brahma Jnana is common for all. We don't know, he knew. That is the difference. But the value system of their value system is perfect. So, Vinaya Shilata is the main element if we want to treat the thought I nicely. Today, so we have seen from the Sattva element, all the Jnanendriyas and the Antahkarana have come out. Then Swamiji, from Rajas aspect, what are the elements they have come out from the five elements? What about Rajasic aspect of them? Bhagavan, today he is taking that portion. It's very small portion only. Rajasic, Tamasic is very little. Sattva only important because our path itself is a Jnana Marga. The what we call the sensors for the Jnana is the Antakarana and Jnanendriya only. So that is very important. Okay, today we will see the Rajasic aspect. The heading is the evolution of the Rajas aspect. Page number 79 in my textbook. Okay. Bhagavan is saying, Yetesham panchatattvanam madhye. From the panchatattvas, from the panchatattva means from the five elements, akashasya, from space, rajasamsat, rajasika aspect, from the rajasika aspect, vagindriyam sambhutam. Page number 93 in your book. This Vagindriyam have come out from the Akasha Rajasamsha. Please see, these Rajasic Indriyas are action organs. Vagindriyam means action organ. And then Vayoho Rajasamshat Pani Indriyam Sambhutam. Pani means hand. It is a karma indriya. We do work with pani. Vak also we do work with vak. This pani indriyam, this hand, have come out from Vayuhu, from air. Vannehe Rajasamshat Pada Indriyam Sambhutam. Pada Indriyam means this Pada Indriya, it came out from Agni's Rajasamsha. Agni's Rajaham. They all needed, sir. That Indriyas also continuously they work. And Jalasya Rajasamshat Upastha Indriyam Sambhutam. From water's Rajasamsha, genital organ have come out. That is also Karma Indriyam, genital organ. And the final one is Prudhivya Rajasamshat Gudendriyam Sambhutam. From Prudhivi, from its Rajasamsha, the anus have come out. These five are the Karmendriyas. One is Vagindriyam, Pani Indriyam, Pada Indriyam, Upastha Indriyam, and Gudendriyam, anus. These five have come out from the five Rajasic aspects of five elements. Okay. Anything more, Swamiji? One more thing is there. That is, yetesham, from them only, samishti rajasamshat, from the common rajasic aspect, pancha pranaha sambhutaha. 5 pranas have come out. Okay. So 5 karmendriyas and 5 pranas, they all have come out from the rajasic aspect of the 5 tanmatras of Panchabhutas. From the pure Panchabhutas only, from that rajasic aspect, these 5 have come out. We say this is karmendriyam because it is very straight. With these 5 only we do work, not knowledge thing. That is the main difference between Jnanendriyamu and Karmendriyam. Through Jnanendriya, we get the knowledge all the time. Through Karmendriya or from Karmendriya, we do activity always. If you want to do any activity, we have to use these 5 instruments only. Speaking, whatever you do with hands, that also. Whatever you do with legs and genital organ and anus, these 2 also karmendriyas. And the next rajasic aspect in our system is pranas. Already I told, rajasic reflection of rajasic aspect is nothing but activity. These 3 gunas keep in your mind. Sattva guna reflects knowledge. Rajoguna reflects activity. Tamoguna reflects inertia. So Jnanendriya, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, that is a knowledge portion. Keep aside. Now activity portion is nothing but this pranas and karmendriyas. These 5 pranas continuously they work. Our breathing system, our blood circulation, our digestion. This is all pranas activity only. And whatever you speak, you taste, you touch, what we call, you work with hands and legs and other things. This is all activity. This activity they are getting from rajasic aspect of 5 elements only. From where you may ask, some brilliant students, they ask, Swamiji, from where they are getting this activity, this science? See how beautiful the creation. Knowledge cannot do anything if it doesn't add to action. Knowledge is dry. That's why Gurudev used to say, knowledge and karma, they have to go hand in hand. I know something, that is not enough. I have to implement that knowledge. Then only the fruit will come. You cannot say, Swamiji, activity is very less, knowledge is superior. What you can do with knowledge? It will become an ideal. It is a daydream. Whenever that knowledge and plus action, then fruit will. That's why Gurudev, for Chinmaya Yuvakendra classes, he used to say, generally, Yuvakendra means they are all youngsters. Every week, like our class, every week we conduct one class for them. That is knowledge aspect in Chinmaya Yuvakendra. Monthly or twice, we conduct some activity for them because they like activity. Like, for example, temple cleaning 1 month or doing service somewhere one. For activity or service, many people they come. All youngsters, they don't miss this activity area. But class, you know, if you ask, you did not come to the class, what happened? Then they say, Swamiji, because of that. And Gurudev used to say, whoever comes to the class, please take them only to the activity. So this is the importance. They all should go together. Knowledge plus action. Otherwise, we cannot be successful. How far you may be brilliant and intelligent, but you have to work over it. This area is called Rajasic aspect of our personality. No, Rajas also has to be there. Only sattva, Swamiji, sattva, sattva, sattva. You cannot be successful. Rajas also we need. This is the Rajasika concept in our personality. It is from the 5 elements. That to pure 5 elements only it has come out. And the final one, Tamasika aspect. So, to understand this concept, you need little more attention. Why, Swamiji? Because now what we are experiencing, all the 5 elements, we are experiencing, Swamiji, that is space, this is air, this is fire, this is water, this is earth. We are saying now, these 5 elements are not in their own pure form. They are not tanmatras. Then, Swamiji, these tanmatras undergone one process that is called panchikaranam, grossification. Panchikaranam. After this grossification only, these 5 elements are appearing in present form. This present form is nothing but tamasic aspect of the 5 elements. This tamasic aspect only we can perceive by our sense organs. The sattva rajo aspects, we cannot see them. We may experience them, but they cannot be visible. This visibility, because of one process, is called panchikaranam in Sanskritam. In English, that is called grossification of 5 elements. From that grossified 5 elements, tamasic aspect only, this sthula sharira has come. This physical body is nothing but that. Grossified 5 elements, tamasic aspect is physical body. That's why it is completely inert. In our personality, physical body, it doesn't have activity, it doesn't have its own knowledge. It doesn't know what it is. I have to say, this is eye, this is ear, this is nose. It doesn't know what it is. Complete inertia. This is because of tamasic aspect of the 5 elements. Then, Swamiji, you said, the process is called grossification, panchikaranam. Can you explain that, Swamiji? I will explain. But before going into the Samskrita paragraph, first I will explain clearly, then we will go to the Sanskritam. Otherwise, definitely you will confuse what Swamiji is speaking about grossification. Please listen. We have 5 elements. For example, take like 5 eggs in pure form, tanmatras. Pure space, pure air, pure fire, pure water, and pure earth. Tanmatras 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I am explaining what do you mean by grossification? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, cut them half, 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 half. Space into 2 parts. Air 2 parts. Exactly half, half. Fire 2 parts. Water also 2 parts. And earth also 2 parts. Half and half. Okay? 5. And then we cut them. Half, 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 half. For example, in the space, keep first half as it is, intact. Intact means pure space as space. Intact, first half. Another half, cut into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. Space. Air. Keep half as it is. Another half cut into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. Fire, water, and Prithvi. All the above are exactly half of intact. Other is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, na? Now, from the space, keep first half with that space only. Other 4 pieces share with all the other 4 elements. One part with fire, one part with air, one part with water, and last part with Prithvi. All 4 share with all 4. Same way, air, fire, water, and Prithvi. Keep half as it is. Other 4 pieces share with all the other. Okay? Okay, Swamiji, share. Now, see the space. In space, now, half is pure form of the space. Another half is 1 by 8 of air is there, fire is there, water is there, and Prithvi. Other than the space, all 4 as 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, and 1 by 8. And all have got the same quantity. Half is intact with their own nature, and all other 4 is other than that what all 4 have, they have given their share. It is like picnic in India, we call it as Vanabhojanam. We say, you bring pulihora, you bring daddojanam, you bring parota, you bring chapati, you bring laddu. And everybody will bring their own chapati, their own laddu, their own pulihora, and we say, share it. And you give one chapati, he gives one laddu, and he gives one paratha, and other one will give bhaji. And whatever I bought, I also give to all the 4. Like that only, these 5 elements shared in this way. Half is their own material, and other half is 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8 of all other 4. Okay, now mix, 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 mix. This is now grossified space, grossified air, grossified fire, grossified water, and grossified earth. These, after grossification only, they will be visible. What is the light we are seeing? You know, this is not pure light, half pure light. In this light only, other 4 are there. In this water only, other 4 are there with minor, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8 quantities. After grossification only, they will be called as, now what we are experiencing, the 5 elements, these 5 elements. Grossified 5 elements, the sense organs can see them, can perceive them. Okay? From this grossified 5 elements, other than tamasic part of this grossified 5 elements, all our physical bodies are made. My body also same. Tamasic aspect of grossified elements of 5 elements. Your body, her body, she body, animal body, tree body, all bodies. Tamasic aspect. And if you see my body or any body, we will get all the 5 elements. This is not pure space, pure earth, pure fire, pure water. In my body, space is there, earth is there, fire is there, water is there, and other thing also there, space also there. Is it, Swamiji? Yes, we know that. Because water element is there, fire element also there, space, air element also there. Space always we have in stomach and brain. space element. Prithvi, of course, Mitti, of course, we know. Prithvi element also is there. This physical body is the tamasic aspect of grossified 5 elements. So with this, the process of complete universe is ho gaya. He promised, I am going to explain about the 24 elements. Here the 24 element structure is completed. 5 elements, 5 pranas, 5 jnanendriya, 5 karmendriya, and finally mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. This is, from the Vedantic standpoint, this is the structure of universe. Okay. So straight one bottom line. Universe is nothing but 5 elements with trigunas. Bas. You may label anything. That is next point. One word answer is universe is nothing but 5 elements with trigunas. That is nothing but universe. In this universe, from mind, intellect, ego, physical body, sense organs, objects, 5 elements, everything all together is beautiful universe. Prapancham, Jagat. So if anybody asks from Vedantic standpoint, can you explain the creation theory? This is the creation theory. We started from the truth space, 5 elements came and their tanmatras, their trigunas, from each trigunas what all have came out from Rajasic aspect, from Tamasic aspect, why we can see them, why we cannot see them, what is the operation and mechanism, everything we have seen in our classes. This is the complete structure of universe. Creation theory according to Vedanta. Okay. So Bhagavan, the same he is enumerating in Sanskrit also. Just I will read it out because it is not from my mind. Okay. See, for the grossification, he said, Yetesham panchatattvanam tamasamshat panchikruta panchatatvani bhavanti. From the tamasic aspect, this panchikruta panchatatvani have come out. Panchikruta panchatatvani means what we are seeing or what we are perceiving every day. Then the next question is, my Guru, panchikaranam kadham. What do you mean by this grossification? Now the Guru is answering. Yetesham panchamahabhutanam tamasamsa swarupam ekam bhutam dvidha vibhajya ekam ardham prudhak tushnim vyavasthapya. First to take the all 5 elements, cut them half. First half keep with them. And then Swamiji, aparam paramardham chaturdham vibhajya. Other part cut into chaturdham vibhajya, cut into 4 pieces. And then swardham anyeshu ardheshu swabhaga chatushtaya sanyojanam karyam. Then share these 4 parts with the all other and mix them. Tadha panchikaranam bhavati. In this way, this grossification will happen. Okay. Then so what? Yetebhyaha panchikruta panchamaha bhutebhyaha. From the same grossified 5 elements, stula shariram bhavati. This gross body will be created. So the source for the gross body is 5 elements only, but this panchikruta panchamaha bhuta. And a beautiful picture Swami Guruji has written. See this picture. If you see how first their own pure form and cut half. and then he divided them into four pieces and shared with all. This will be in our Tattvabodha book. It's an elementary knowledge only, nothing to confuse. So this way, all the creation topic is over. Swamiji, initially you have completed the topic of individuality. And the next you have taken the topic of Jagat and you have finished that also. Now, what are you going to teach? Huh? Then the next topic Bhagavan Shankaracharya he has taken up, that is called identity between individuality and universe. That is called Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. In other words, Bhagavan Shankaracharya will conclude this topic, do you know where? That Ishvara, what we say, Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi, the Lord of universe, and the Jiva, Alpajna, Alpashaktiman, Alpavyapi, an individual, these two are one only. The God and the man. Both are same in essence. That is called Jiva Ishvara Ekabodha. Actually, that is the exact translation for Advaita. Advaita means not two. We may say, Swamiji, that is so big. I am so small. How can be these two are same? These two are one. How they will be identical? That is actual import of Vedanta. If anybody asks you, what is your Vedanta is saying? What is the final teaching of Upanishads? The final teaching of Upanishad is Jiva Brahma Aikya Bodha. Knowledge of identity of the individual and the Lord. These two are one. That knowledge is called Advaita Jnanam. So Bhagavan is going to take up that topic. So many debates are there. Many people, they say, if I and he are one, right now, why I am not like him? I cannot do whatever I want to do. I am not Lord of my house only, Swamiji. What do you are talking, Lord of universe? I cannot control 3-4 people. How can I control whole universe, Swamiji? No, it is not possible, Swamiji. Jiva only, Alpa, very little, finite fellow, this man. He is Chiranjeevi, eternal being. No Janana, Marana. He knew all, Sarvajna. Sarvavyapi, he is everywhere. I am not anywhere. He is Sarvashaktiman. He can do whatever he wants to do. I cannot do anything. How can we both are identical? How can the Advaita can be possible? These are all many questions. This is the main thing we have to understand. This is the Jnana portion. Bhagavan is saying, I am going to explain, I am going to leave. But in today's class, I will finish this topic with one example. If you understand this little small example, then the whole theory is easy. Jiva Brahma Aikya Bodha. Now then please tell Swamiji, what is that example? Example is ocean, Samudra. Ocean is infinite, very big body is ocean. Okay? Yes, Swami. This ocean is nothing but Ishvara. His magnitude is very big. His resources are very big. His life is very big. Ocean is Ishvara. And all the waves in the ocean, they are all different jivas. We all. Their life is very little. Their magnitude is very little if you compare with ocean. They fight with themselves always. You are big, I am small, that is great, this is not. Oh, so much plurality is there in waves. Waves are jivas. Completely ocean, if you say, that is Sarvagna, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi and everything. If you see the waves, they are very little. Alpa, all is alpa. Now, these waves are parts. Ocean is whole. In Vedantic language, we say waves are amsha. Amsha means parts. Amshi, whole is ocean. That's why people, they say we are connected with God. How? With this relation only, whole and part. If we mix all parts together, then whole will become. That is we call total mind, total intellect, total vasanas in Gurudev languages. Total mind means our total mind is called Ishvara's mind. Our total intellect is called Ishvara's intellect. Our total vasanas is called Ishvara's vasanas. This is another relation with God and you. Amshi, amsha. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, Mamaivamsho Jivalokaha. This whole Jivaloka is my amsha only, Arjuna. Okay. And the parameters, magnificence, everything is, that is big, this is small. Ishvara and Jiva. And the final concept is water. H2O. From the standpoint of H2O, this ocean and wave both are one. And moreover, ocean and waves cannot be separated because water is one and that is truth. You may label, you may see the differences. All the differences, all the labels are complete projection on pure water. Other than water, nothing is there. Ishvara is there, not there. Jiva is also not there. The one and only reality, the truth, the essence is water and water alone. That water is Satchidananda Brahma, pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya. When the Shuddha Chaitanya, if identifies with its surroundings, then it will say, I am small. If it identifies its surroundings, then that also will say, I am Ishvara. This Ishvara Jiva differences are because of our conditionings. They are called Upadhi. Our mind structure, our intellect structure, our power, our body, these are all our conditionings only. But all the conditionings are unreal. Other than water, nothing is there. You may say big wave, that is water only. Small wave, completely water only. But Swamiji, that is looking very tall. This is looking very small. But water only. That is Brahma. Brahma, Ishvara, Jiva. All the words are because of these conditionings, upadhis. If we see, that is called Jnana Chakshu, Jnana Bodha. Moreover, that is fact. If you see water, then you say Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. That is called liberation. Liberation from whom, Swamiji? Liberation from our own false identification, false labeling. That is always Ekam. There is no one is big, no one is small, no lady, no gent, no yavana, no vruddha, no good, no bad, no punya, no papa. Ekam. Anyo vacho vimunchata, Upanishad says. Stop talking. If you understand that essence, then stop talking. Anyo vacho vimunchata. Why do you waste? That is called Jiva Ishvara Aikya Bodha. That will be our next topic. That is the main crux of a whole philosophy, whole Vedanta, whole Upanishads. Our teaching should end over there. And who understood that identity, he is called Jivan Mukta. He is called Mahatma. He is called Rishi, Guru, whatever we say. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya, next topic he will explain about Jiva Ishvara Bodha, and immediately after that Jiva Ishvara Aikya Bodha, the great personalities who understood this truth exactly, and he will explain about them, Jivan Mukta Purushas. And with that he will conclude this Tattva Bodha text. This is the way of teaching of Vedanta. The same Jivan Mukta, when he started, how? Stula Sharira Abhimani, Sukshma Sharira Abhimani, Karna Sharira Abhimani. He passed whole the knowledge. Now he is Abhimana Atita Purusha. Mukta Purusha. The same. Then our knowledge will be complete. Full. Purnam, Purnam, Purnam. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnam Adaya, Purnameva Avashishyate. Actually, always full on. The understanding only plays all the role. Hari Om. Om Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnam Adaya, Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.